Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Manohar KN, consultant physician from Manipal Hospital, Bangalore. And as we all know that the lockdown is being eased nowadays. And then obvious questions on that and some questions on exercise enthusiasts are asking me how to exercise and what to do, what not to do. And of course, the mask has been made compulsory now. And in that context, how do we go about it? Well, regarding the first point of pandemic, according to historians, typically ends in two ways. One is the pleasant medical way, like we start seeing that the incidence of cases comes down and we start having treatment for it, or we have vaccination and everything is under control. That's the best way to end a pandemic, I suppose. But unfortunately, it could be only a very theoretical way of ending the pandemic. The second, which is most important and possibly what is driving even in this pandemic, is the social way of ending the pandemic. Not the most scientific way of ending the pandemic here. People actually, what happens is they get fed up of this situation, the lockdown. Not only that, they start feeling enough is enough. Restriction, nobody likes it. Sometimes it is also due to economical reasons. We see so many people are starving and without shelter. Sometimes socio-political process also can dictate this end of lockdown. So ultimately we need to balance life and livelihood. That is the most important parameter to consider when we call off the lockdown. Coming to the exercise and the pandemic in specific, we can go on and on about the benefits of exercises. But with specificity to the pandemic episode, what we are seeing, it is very clear that up to 30 minutes of exercise 3 to 4 times a week improves the immune system, reduces the risk of viral infection too, and more importantly, reduces mortality. Do we have any evidence? Yes, the 1998 Hong Kong flu clearly show people who exercise had less chance of succumbing to illness as opposed to people who do not exercise. So from just being from fitness, it is also works on survival. So it's the important thing to consider. But how to go about it? We all know in the current era, the lockdown and slight ease is there. The gyms and team sports, dance fitness studios are not allowed to function. So the best way even now is to work out within your premises. Maybe you can involve your family members and encourage them to join you. But more importantly, you should maintain physical distancing a bit more, maybe double or triple of what we generally recommend of 1 meter should be at least 2 to 3 meters here, because when we breathe heavy and fast, we can exchange the air and the droplets much more. Especially certain exercises like pranayama, where we forcefully breathe, should be more careful to do it. Make sure your distancing is there. Maybe you should turn opposite towards the other person and then do it. Of course, if someone has a treadmill or a static bicycle or rowing machine, they can definitely use it. And make sure you clean it down with soap and water or sodium hypochlorite solution, or even Lysol can be used it. Needless to say that everyone know that there are innumerable programs which are available online and on many apps are available. We can definitely make use of it, and they also show many times without using the weights how you can work out. For those of us who love to exercise on the outdoors, especially those who are runners like me or cyclists, we should realize that things have changed now in the post-COVID era. Masking ourselves is mandatory. That is the rule now to be followed. It also protects us. It reassures the people around us that we are not going to spread any infection to them. It also gives us an opportunity to realize how the healthcare professional feels when they wear masks and work for hours together, even though it is nowhere near to the wearing a N95 mask or a triple layer mask continuously. We start realizing there is resistance to the breathing because of the obstruction there. There could be a limitation of intake of air and some amount of gas exchange could be reduced. We start realizing that the mask starts getting wet and the nasal secretions increase. It may make it chuff and wet and make it unpleasant to breathe easily. So all these things should be kept in mind, and you start feeling the discomfort. So please do not overtrain. Please do not start off from where you left. So please start considering yourself like a beginner and go slow. So the choice of the mask, even though the triple layer surgical mask is very effective, in controlling the infections, I don't think it is advisable to wear it on when you are on the run or when you're cycling, because it will make you that much more uncomfortable. So what I would request is kindly slow down. Do not overtrain. Do not injure yourself. When you feel dizzy or uncomfortable or chapped, kindly take a bit of a rest. Try to pull down the mask, especially when you look around, nobody is there, for some time to get fresh air and then restart slowly. Being slow and steady wins the race applies here definitely. And try to find pathways where they are less crowding, or select a time where there is less number of people who are working out. So finally, in these days of health, socio-economical crisis, let's remember that fitness is zero investment with infinite returns. Let's work towards Fit India. Let's inspire others to join our movement. Thank you. Take care.